Hi, welcome to Undead Yarn. This is episode 32. My name is Heidi, and you can find me on Ravelry and Plurk as Knitty Girl, and on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter as Knitty Girl 1. You can tell I don't use Twitter as much as I use some of the other sites. And so I'm like, what? Which other place? Anyway. I did forget the last time to tell you guys something, to show you something that I was working on, so I figured I'm going to start with that today. Usually I save it for the end, but I want to make sure I get it in. So I wanted to show you a couple of my new colors. This one is called Pennywise, and I dyed it in a similar way that I dyed the BFL socks that I knit that were gradient on both sides. This is not going to work up that way because I dyed the skein that way. I did not dye it as a gradient. But the thing that's different about this one is when I dye, I usually make sure I dye it in a way so that things won't pool or do anything weird. But this one definitely will. The way I dyed it, I'm sure there's going to be some crazy pooling and striping. It's basically rainbow colors kind of blended into each other. And so this is the new Pennywise. This is what Pennywise is going to look like from now on. And this is another roadkill. And the colors are as soft as they look. The yarn feels nice and squishy and soft as the colors. It's lavenders and pinks. And this is in my DK base. And then I dyed some lace weight, and this is Dryad. This is Dryad in my lace weight yarn. So those are the new colors that are up in the shop. And at this point, I'm going to try to keep updating the shop, but I am looking towards vending sometime soon, and so that means I'm going to have to be dyeing a lot and storing up a lot. But, you know, things that I put up aren't sold immediately often, so who knows, maybe I'll put some of it up in the shop, but just random here and there. So I am planning to continue with the updates, and I did dye some fiber today. If you follow me on Instagram, you got to see it. I love the way it turned out. I just kind of did it because I had some extra dye that I just couldn't exhaust, and it actually turned out so lovely that I may decide to start selling some of my fiber, because I do have some undyed fiber that I haven't put up yet. I think if you've been watching me from the beginning, you've seen that I have dyed some of my fiber and spun some of it up, and I do feel like now that the fiber is coming out much lovelier with a lot of practice, so I'm ready to do that. I guess with that, I'll start talking about what I am working on right now. And I'm still working on my Viajante, and that's in my Rain Lover Knits bag. And here's what it looks like so far. I haven't done a lot on this in the last couple of weeks, so it still looks pretty similar to the way it looked before. And it's interesting, I'm trying something new with the lighting, and I really think that it's showing up the colors and everything much better. What I showed you of my yarn, to me, it looked like it should on the screen. Anyway, and next thing is I started Toothless. Here it is. I haven't gotten very far. I kind of cheated at the beginning, I'll admit, because I don't like fiddly at all. And that's why I usually don't knit toys. But hey, it's going to be Toothless. Why not? I haven't knit toys in a while. I did when I first started, because my husband would ask me for toys. He loved he'd find these things. He's like, oh, that's so cool. Can you make it for me? And I'd be making it on these little tiny DPNs and few stitches, and it drives me nuts. But I did it. So I haven't done any in a while. But hey, it's going to be Toothless. And I cheated. I'll admit it. At the beginning, it said, cast on 3 stitches and knit in the round. On DPNs? Really? No, I'm not doing that. So I cheated, and I did an I-cord until it got up to 6 stitches, and then I split it. Now I'm knitting in the round, but it curls. You can't tell. I mean, it is a little quirky. It's not as straight as it looks in those little pictures, but she does suggest using pipe cleaners, and I'm even considering sticking a pipe cleaner down there maybe to straighten it out. So I did start Toothless, so I do have 2 projects, and this is, I'm using Lens de Nord, Linea Merino, it's Corral, This is what it looks like. There's not a lot of yardage in each of these, and that is one thing I would have to say about the pattern. It's toothless pattern. Let's see, I printed it out. Let's see if I can find out who the author is. If not, you can go on my project page and look. The first thing I have to say is, if you're going to put out a pattern, you really need to tell people how much yarn you need. And this is a pay-for pattern, and I'm not complaining because somebody gifted it to me. That's wonderful. And I'm pretty sure from now on the directions will be, you know, I think they'll be okay. I haven't looked through the whole thing yet. I probably should. But really, you got to tell people how much yarn you need. I have 3 balls of this, and I'm guessing it's going to be enough because it's a stuffy and it's small. But if I run out of yarn, I'm going to be really disappointed because I don't think this is not the kind of thing I want to have to start over again or go searching for more yarn. I'm not even sure where I got this yarn. I kind of suspect I got it maybe at like Blue Bonnet Yarn Shop when it went out of business, because I don't always buy black yarn. I'm not sure why I bought this. I mean, it's going to work great because it's wool. It'll be nice, you know, and it's nice to knit with and everything. But I don't want to have to go searching for yarn. So I would say when you write up a pattern, please make sure you tell people how much yardage you need. I didn't see it anywhere. I checked the whole pattern. I'll check it again, but I really don't think it said how much you need. And it also said, like, you need pipe cleaners or you need this or that. And it didn't always say how much. Please tell us so we don't please tell us so we don't run into trouble. And with that, that's pretty much all I've been working on. I was going to start the socks, the Sally socks, Sally's colorway that I have from Knitter's Nightmare. But the pattern I want to use is Toe Up. And I am so crappy at toe up socks. I have one. If you look at my Ravelry page, I have one that I started. I don't even know when I started it. Actually, I didn't start it. Somebody started it for me, and then I knit it, and I loved it. I love the process of the toe up. It's actually a lot easier than cuff down, but I can't seem to master any of the toe up cast-ons. I suck at them. So yeah, I guess I could go watch another tutorial. I took a class. I don't like toe-up socks. I don't like the cast-ons. I can't find one that works. They're all fiddly to me, and they drive me crazy. So if you have some wonderful piece of wisdom for me as far as toe-up socks go, let me know. Let me know if there's some secret that I'm not getting, because I do not love Judy's Magic Cast-On. Judy's Magic Cast-On is not my friend. So anyway, let's move on from that. I do have a couple of things to show you because, like I said, it's October, hey, birthday month, so I went and bought some stuff. I don't think I showed this one. No, I didn't show this one last time. I bought some yarn, and I did buy a bag. And the yarn is Jinx yarn, and it's in the amber colorway. It was one of her new fall colors. I love it. It's beautiful. It's like a pumpkin. It reminds me of a pumpkin. It's really pretty. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. It's really nice and squishy. This is, I think, let's see. Oh, it's 100% superwash merino. I don't know if I have any of her just 100% superwash. I think most what I have of hers is the sock yarn, but this feels really nice. So I have that I bought from Jinx, and then Suburban Stitcher put out a podcast. I think it was her last podcast. Anyway, I had to buy this bag. Oh, you can't see. I like her packaging. It's cute, the way she wrapped it up. I'm going to go ahead and open it. I hadn't opened it yet because I wanted to keep it nice and neat. Oh, this is what I like. Nice touch. The little eyeballs. I like your little eyeballs tape. It's cute. And let me show you her card if I can get it. Oh, wow, you really did a good... Yeah, this looks like... Okay, I'm opening it the wrong way. And the reason I bought this is because, well, I love the outside, but then the inside... It's blood spatters! Ah, I like my yarn! How awesome is that? And look, she's got a great tag. I love your tag. That's so cool. I love when people put labels in the bags, so then I don't have to wonder, whose bag is this? Anyway, this bag is awesome because it's Halloween, and I love Halloween. And it has all the fun stuff like poison and a skull. And on the back, there's another spider and a skull, an owl, and the drawstring. This is what I saw when I met her over the summer. I love how she puts the tape measures on the sides for the drawstring. And here's her card. Suburban Stitcher. And she does have some more bags in the shop if you're still looking for Halloween bags. The other one I was looking at, I told her she had me at blood spatters. But the other one I was looking at is a gothic cupcake one. It's really cute. So if you are looking for a Halloween bag, this bag is well made. The seams are nicely done. I can tell it's sturdy. It's nice sturdy fabric. Like I said, she's got a nice little tag in there so you'll know whose bag it is. Yeah, I would recommend going and buying one of her bags. They're reasonably priced and they're well made. And the packaging is cute. So anyway, that's all I got the last couple of weeks, but as my birthday gets closer, I'm sure I may have some more falling down to do, especially since our yarn crawl starts next week. Now, I'm not an official, or it starts this week. I'm not going to officially join it because I won't be here for the whole week. And the surprising thing is I think there's like 11 shops, and one of them is all the way out near College Station, I think. And I haven't been out there to that shop, but I see that vendor a lot at fiber festivals, and their stuff is just beautiful. It's mostly fiber, and I think it's in Navasota. I'm forgetting the name of the yarn shop right now. But last year when they were at Seguin, either last year or the year before, I think it might have been 2 years ago, when they were at the Yellow Rose Fiber Festival in Seguin, I made a bat from their like personal alpacas on their farm, and they had dyed the alpaca, and I really enjoyed that. And they always have a lot of really nice fiber. So that is a nice yarn shop. I'm just surprised that they're involved with the Austin group, but I guess it's just the way that things are kind of carved out, the way they put shops together in a group that worked out better with us than with another area. So that's what I've been working on. And what else did I want to tell you all about? Oh, I'm going to go on vacation soon. My husband and I are going to go take a little short vacation for my birthday weekend in a few weeks. And I wanted to also talk about, I'm so unorganized today, I'm sorry guys, I didn't do show notes. I'm trying to record today. Normally I don't work on Fridays, but I do have to go in tomorrow, so I'm trying to shove this in. It's either now or Sunday, and I think I'll do a better job today. We actually don't get Monday off. We have a conference day at the school district, so I can't do it on Monday. I have been watching some new podcasts, and Minerva Turkey put out a podcast. She's somebody that everybody has heard of, so I'm sure her podcast is going to take off, and I would definitely check her out. She is a really, really knowledgeable knitter, and she knits a lot of different things, and she doesn't just knit the easy stuff. She knits a lot of intricate things too. And she is always showing off the latest and greatest yarns, because she's of course friends with most of the people who have the latest and greatest yarns. So I would check her podcast out. And then I also started watching The Dancing Geek, and I kept seeing his name, and I watched part of his first podcast, and it was nice. And the thing that I liked about it is that he loves color. He loves orange. Orange is my friend. I love orange too. Orange is like my favorite color. That makes me think of a line from a movie. Never mind. Anyway, I was watching his podcast today, and his podcasts keep getting longer and longer. I don't know how he does it. I guess it's funny. I think about there are a lot of podcasters who've said they're introverted, and I am definitely introverted. He is not introverted. So he shares a lot, and he always seems to have plenty to talk about. His podcasts sometimes run 2 hours. So grab yourself a cup of tea if you're going to sit down and watch him. But he's really interesting to watch because he, has a guy's perspective. He lives in England. He does talk about his dancing, and he does talk about his life, which is kind of interesting. And he does a lot of different kinds of knitting, and I think he's very creative with the way he puts color together, which is very interesting. So, and he's very entertaining. And I'm sure that's why a lot of people like to watch him. He's a very happy person, and he's very energetic. So I would check his podcast out if you haven't already, but I'm sure you have. The podcast market right now is getting, I don't know if it's getting oversaturated, but I feel like it's not like it was when I first started listening to podcasts. And I remember when I first started listening to podcasts, knitting podcasts, I was upset because I would listen to them all and then there'd be nothing for me to do. Not nothing for me to do, but I was like, I wanted more. And now I feel like there's so many, it's so overwhelming. And I think initially it was mostly like just people who wanted to talk about their knitting. And now I feel like there are a lot of big powerhouse names that are coming out with podcasts, which is wonderful because they get to share all their knowledge with us. But I just wonder if the rest of us are going to kind of people are going to lose interest in our podcasts. I hope not. I really enjoy podcasting and I want to continue to podcast. But I do feel like the market is getting pretty full now. I guess that's a good thing because people have also been talking about how the indie dyeing market is getting oversaturated as well, and in some ways it is good because it really pushes those of us who are trying to start businesses to try new things, and I enjoy that. But I just hope that there's enough room for all of us in the podcasting world, that it's not, that those of us who are just, I guess, regular people will still be able to, I know we'll still be able to put ourselves out there, but I just hope that we'll still be able to draw in a crowd. Anyway, this is just kind of a quickie, I guess, today. I'm going to try to be more organized next time, and actually next time I may have a surprise for you guys. So anyway, have a good weekend, and I will talk to you later. And don't forget to get busy knitting or get busy dyeing. Bye, y'all.